Bon après-midi aux camarades mauriciens, Rodriguez, Seychellois, Français et around the world. Wait a minute please, I want to tag some friends. Ok, ça va. Bon, pensez autres bien. Nous, à Melbourne, nous pas bien du tout, nous avons beaucoup de chagrin. Coronavirus là, puis ravagé même. Beaucoup de gens âgés, finement, dans le nursing home. Un peu de confusion partout, bien chagrin. 6 semaines lockdown, pas calme, dehors du tout. Si nous sortons, nous gagnons 5 000 $ à la main. Ah, il y a beaucoup de problèmes. Mon camarade, beaucoup de problèmes. C'est Jésus qui va tirer nous là-dedans. Et pas oublier, mettre votre masque. Ha ha! Une histoire masque pour raconter tout. Un bouc, t'es moyen sous là. Il met ce masque. Les biens que son voisine. Il pas connaît, il rentre à la case son voisine. Les dormir avec son voisine, non, il est. Grand matin, il est avec son masque. Il est tiré son masque. Il dit, aïe, il n'y a pas mon femme, sa femme voisine. Et où là? Fais attention, mon camarade. Mets votre masque, rentre dans la case, tirez. Make sure que tu rentres dans le rat house, ok? Pas qu'on trompe la case. On commence sous l'os, il y a tout. Mon mari est à mon temps, ça, mon mari rit. Enfin, à plus, tu pas rire, mon camarade. Comme dans le chagrin, hein? Nous n'avons pas la peur parfois que nous parlons qui peut arriver nous, hein. Nous pas connaissons. N'est que Jésus qui a tiré nous là-dedans. En tout cas, pas oublier mettre notre masque, ok? Quand on est dans la case, tiré. Ok. Un camarade, finalement, j'ai une petite histoire, hein? Un compère Martin et compère Zakou. C'est pas quand il mon créole bien, il n'a pas patience avec moi, patience, ok? Compère Martin, si content faire palabre, l'autre tous animaux. Partout quand il passait, sur la langue battait. Ha ha! Les bisins ajoutent ce mot. Les pas capables ferment sur la bec. Les bisins racontent tout ce qui passait. Pas besoin de dire où. Tout ce qui passait, pas besoin de dire où. Quand il passait, il met diffé, la guerre levée. Elles ont les à faire un palabre en compère Zako. Les diali, qui commet Zako fin gagne un lot zobo. Ha ha! Compère Zako diali. Bien grave ça. Aussi, ce qui vous peut dire, les dire oui, compère Zako, monsieur, comment la cire? Comment dit que c'est palabre là? Monsieur, comment la cire? Ce madame divan Zizi les menace li. Les diali, si tu coupable, te faire te valise. Ziz al ena vie toti qui ena beaucoup l'expérience. Les mettre sur les net, les tape sur marteau, les dimandent silence. Comment Zako pleurer, les plaide non coupable. Avec ce dernier pitié, l'osso les deux, comment un misérable. Compère Martin, zirait l'eau la Bible, animaux lui assistaient bien. Confortable, les dire qui fin filmer comme Zako avec ce zobo, l'osso potable. Beaucoup la merde va pas arriver là. Alors, les dire la vidéo là, comme Zako, tu peux embrasser un l'autre Zako. En plus zen Zako. Zotou l'aider ti apé maillé, caresser, faire coco. Zis demande compère. Martin, montrez-nous animaux vidéo là. Le temps compère Zako, get, espérez-moi camarade, vous écoutez ça encore là. Get vidéo. Les dire qui zobe, mon garçon ça. Les Tinvin rend nous visite la semaine dernière. Ou pas honte ou mettre une belle tasse l'homme bon commerce. Zis dire avec commerce Zako. Ou capable poursuivre lui pour diffamation. Les pour bizarre de nous dommages, sinon pour ferme, les dans prison. Comme Zako dit avec Ziz. Faire compère Martin, faire travail communautaire. Comme ça, li ava gain en l'occupation. Li ava ret 20 affaires di moun. Un seul coup compère Martin marque la parole. Un seul coup li gagne. Li gaga un seul coup. Li ne plus connaît cause créole. Enfin, li fin gagne une bonne correction. Nous tous espérons ça avant servi une bonne correction, mon camarade. En tout cas, ça fait bien rire, faut espérer, moi fin bien rire moi aussi avec ça. Trouver les affaires du monde pas trop bon ça. Maintenant, un petit peu en anglais. Now I know why interesting. Why? Why do men's clothes have buttons on the right while women's clothes have buttons on the left? Because when buttons were invented, they were very expensive and worn primarily by the rich. Since most people are right-handed, it is easier to push buttons on the right through holes on the left because wealthy women were dressed by maids. Dressmakers put the buttons on the maid's right, and that's where women's buttons have remained since. Why? Why do ships and aircraft use Mayday as they call for help? This comes from the French word M'aider, meaning help me, and is pronounced approximately M'aider. Why are zero scores in tennis called live? In France, where tennis became popular, the round zero on the scoreboard looked like an egg and was called l'œuf, which is French for the egg. When tennis was introduced in the US, Americans naturally mispronounced it live. Why do X at the end of a letter signify? Let's see what it is. It signifies kisses. In the Middle Ages, when many people were unable to read or write, documents were often signed using an X. Kissing the X represented an oath to fulfill obligations specified in the document. The X and the kiss eventually became synonymous. How interesting, my friend. Why? Why is shifting responsibility to someone else called passing the buck? Because in card games, it was once customary to pass an item called a buck from player to player to indicate whose turn it was to deal. If a player did not wish to assume the responsibility of dealing, he would pass the buck to the next player. Why? Why do people clink their glasses before drinking a toast? I will tell you why. Because in earlier times, it used to be common for someone to try to kill an enemy by offering him a poison drink to prove to a guest that the drink was safe. It became customary for a guest to pour a small amount of his drink into the glass of the host. Both men would drink it simultaneously. When a guest trusted his host, he would only touch or click the host's glass with his own. How interesting, my friend. Why? Why are people in the public eye said to be in the limelight? Oh, because invented in 1825, limelight was used in lighthouses and theaters by burning a cylinder of lime, which produced a brilliant light. In the theater, a performer in the limelight was the center of attention. Why? Why is someone who is feeling great on cloud 9? Because types of clouds are numbered according to the attitudes they attain. with 9 being the highest cloud, if someone is said to be on cloud 9, that person is flirting well above worldly cares. Why in golf? Where did the term caddy comes from? Because when Mary, Queen of Scots, went to France as a young girl, Louis, King of France, learned that she learned the Scots game golf. He had the first course outside of Scotland built for her enjoyment to make sure she was properly chaperoned and guarded while she played. Louis hired cadets from a military school to accompany her. Mary liked this a lot, and when she returned to Scotland, not a very good idea in the long run. She took the practice with her. In French, the word cadet is pronounced cadet, and the Scots changed it into cador, into caddy. Why are many coins collection jar bags shaped like pigs? I'll tell you why, my friends. Because long ago, dishes and cookware in Europe were made of dense orange clay called pig. When people saved coins in jars made of this clay, the jar became known as piggy banks. When an English potter misunderstood the word, he made a container that resembled a pig. And it caught on. Very interesting, my friend. Very interesting indeed. Very interesting. Now, let's see. Big Cheeks. A grandson of slaves, a boy was born in a poor neighborhood of New Orleans, known as the back of town. His father abandoned the family when the child was an infant. His mother became a prostitute, and the boy and his sister had to live with their grandmother. Early in life, he proved to be gifted for music, and with 3 other kids, he sang in the streets of New Orleans. His first gains were coins that were thrown to them. A Jewish family, Karnowski, who had emigrated from Lithuania to the USA, had pity for the 7-year-old boy and brought him into their home, initially giving work in the house to feed this hungry child. There he remained and slept in this Jewish family's home, where for the first time in his life he was treated with kindness and tenderness. When he went to bed, Mrs. Kravnowski sang him a Russian lullaby that he would sing with her. Later, he learned to sing and play several Russian and Jewish songs. Beautiful. Over time, this boy became the adopted son of this family. The Kravnowski gave him money to buy his first musical instrument, as was the custom in the Jewish families. They sincerely admired his musical talent. Later, when he became a professional musician and composer, he used these Jewish melodies in compositions as St. James Infirmary and Godin Moses. The little black boy grew up and wrote a book about this Jewish family who had adopted him in 1907. In memory of this family, until the end of his life, he wore a Star of David and said that in this family he had learned how to live real life and determination. You might recognize his name. This little boy was called Louis Chatmot Armstrong. Louis Armstrong proudly spoke Yiddish, and Chatmot is Yiddish for big cheeks, and I shall bet you did not know any of these. What a beautiful joke, my friend. I hope you really like it. And je pense que je suis bien content de mon joke. En tout cas, je prie en français et anglais aujourd'hui. Si je fais mes ça, go on my Facebook page or on YouTube later on. And also, pensez, pas trop tracasser, ris beaucoup, pensez que Jésus compte en nous, que tout passe bien. Demain, on va retourner, qu'il y a gossip, et palabre, ok? Pas oublier mettre d'autres masques ou mon camarade. Pas oublier mettre d'autres masques, ok? Dans la case, bisa tirer. Tirer d'autres masques. Pas dormir de masques à soir, parce que quand on trompe, il y a de l'autre côté. Ok, mon camarade, au revoir, à bientôt, à demain. And, occupe-vous bien. Ok, au revoir, à demain.